Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our council meeting. We're going to get started. First of all, let me read the sunshine statement. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I see all our men and women in blue, and our fire chief is here, our police chief, and thank you for the families of the about to be sworn-in officers joining us here tonight. All right, the statement of compliance with the Sunshine Law. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 2nd, 2024. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order as set forth in Livingston Code Section 2-15. Carolyn, roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Boptani.
I'm here.
Vieira.
Present.
Klein.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Here.
Mayor Anthony.
Here. If we could all stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Specifically for the moment of silence, we did have a 24-year-old DPW employee pass away, Gavin Prince. He was a LHS graduate. His mom was an LHS graduate. We did put the bunting, if you saw, out on Town Hall. And actually, our deputy mayor officiated at the funeral, so if you could keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers as well. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, we have a couple things on the agenda tonight. As I said, the swearing in of the police officers. I just want to, just before that, make a little statement for the Tribune and the TAP, and I'm going to give you this as well. We had a major wildfire over the weekend, and we actually have a lot of the people that helped us out, our Livingston Fire Department, our Livingston Police. So I'll paraphrase this, but as I said, for Danielle and Michael, I'll give you this later. On behalf of our entire town, we express our deepest gratitude to all those involved in fighting the wildfire. From our town's incredibly brave fire, police, first aid, auxiliary police, and DPW, as well as our town manager, to the county and every single Essex County town, all 22 of them, and several Morris County towns who all helped, to the extraordinary NJ Forest Fire Service and the DEP, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. So you had every level, federal, state, county, local, helping us out. It was awe-inspiring seeing you all put yourselves in harm's way to protect all of us. From backfires and perimeters to helicopters with waters, the techniques and equipment you used worked and kept us all safe. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Personally, it was amazing to collaborate with the professionals who seamlessly worked together as a seasoned team using their own unique knowledge and leadership skills to ensure our safety. The fact that there was not one reported injury or any structures damaged is an incredible outcome of this daunting task. This was a major wildfire, well over 100 acres, that's what classifies as a major one, nearly 200 acres in a very dry season with a wind kicking up especially on Saturday. My role throughout all this was just to communicate information to our town manager, and that information could be provided to our residents via emergency alert calls, our website, and news. A big part of a leadership role is knowing when to help and knowing when to step aside so the professionals could do their jobs. Kudos to all of you who worked and worked despite it being an uncommon crisis in our area. As usual, also to our residents, who I always say are not only super intelligent, but are so generous with their time and talents, especially through volunteerism. Our residents and businesses flooded us asking for any way they could help out. We have such a caring and generous town. From water and food to prayers and well wishes, thank you all. And thank you for the Bell and Siren Club, which I never knew existed, who came out Saturday with food and hot drinks. So thank you, everyone. And also, finally, thank you to our elected officials checking in from federal, state, county, and local levels, offering help. It is much appreciated to know that so many people had our backs. So for everyone here and our fire, our police, our auxiliary police, our first aid, our town, I want to give you a round of applause. And in that vein, Chief Mullen, you want to give an update on the fire? If you have a moment? You got a moment right now? You haven't had many in the last 48 hours.
All righty. As I get older, you got to have glasses. Can't see anything. All right. Welcome. I'm Fire Chief Chris Mullen. For those of you who don't know me, a lot of familiar faces. First of all, I've been able to spend a lot of time in the last 2 or 3 days with Mayor Anthony. He's becoming a real professional with all the terms, with the fire blocks and
I got backfire,
yeah,
perimeter.
he's been doing. I think he needs any press agents here. He needs a press agent. This guy. But
thank you, Chief.
in all seriousness, first of all, today is, I don't know if anybody knows, National First Responder Day. So we shout out to all the first responders for what you do. I want to congratulate also, before I get into it, the police officers that are being sworn in and I believe promoted. I believe that's what's happening. I'm going to give you an update. We've been working with the New Jersey Forest Fire Service since about 2:15 on Saturday afternoon. We did have 192 acres behind Industrial Parkway by the Oakner Ball Field, basically from the Passaic River to Eisenhower Parkway, from the back of Route 10, Staples, Dunkin' Donuts, Bassett Furniture area, up past all these, up past the Knights of Columbus, the storage unit, up to Nalon Avenue. That's the area that was affected. So that's 192 acres as determined by the New Jersey Fire, the Fire Service. So it is, as of now, it is 90% contained. I just want to explain the containment portion of it. They consider it contained when the perimeter of the fire is 90%. They never really consider it 100% until the fire's out. That's what I was told today. But we have 90% containment around the fire. And what that means is usually I think it's between a 20 and a 30-foot area, basically like a big black circle that goes around the fire. That's the containment. So we're still going to have embers and stuff burning inside that area, but there's really nothing to worry about because it's contained. It's not going anywhere. So that was the goal, and they achieved it this afternoon. So again, we're going to have for the foreseeable future until we get, quote, significant rain, we're going to have smoke on the west, especially on the western part of town. And it's important to remember that in the morning when it's cool, we have a smoke layer. It's going to be down around, like I went down to about 9 o'clock this morning, the entire circle. It looked like it reignited, but it didn't. That's the smoke lays low overnight and in the morning hours, and as it heats up, inversion actually lifts the smoke up, and I think by like 10 o'clock it was pretty clear. So We urge the residents not to panic. This is part of what happens with wildfires. So we're used to, in Livingston, we're used to structure fires, we're used to car fires, dumpsters, small brush fires. We're not used to wildfires. It's not our forte, and I'll admit that as the chief. So we do call in the professionals, the fire service, the wildfire service. On my little notes here, they do have containment. Containment is when reporting of a wildfire, a percentage of containment will be given, which it is at 90%, which will state how much of the fire line has been completed. So we talked about the perimeter. 90% of that perimeter is done. The Forest Fire Service is confident that it will stay contained. It's not going to jump or kick up and jump and continue to burn. So they did light backfires. You might have heard the term backfire. That's an intentionally set fire that they do in order to control which direction they want the fire to burn, away from something. They have their trucks. They spray down an area, or they scrape the area down of vegetation right down to the earth, and you see them with the cans, and they go along and they actually light fire. They literally fight fire with fire. So they've done that in the last couple days. The last one they did was this afternoon to finish off they basically wanted to meet the two fire lines. So they were at the end of Dorset Avenue by the well houses where it meets the Passaic River, and they were behind the Oakner ball field. So they are confident. As of tonight, they are not on scene. They were on scene around the clock, obviously, as we were on Saturday night. Sunday night, conditions got better, so they lightened up. They kept one of their engines on scene, which patrolled the entire area, for any flare-ups, any perimeter flare-ups, which nothing really to report there. And they also had EMS. We had EMS around the clock on Saturday night. Sunday night, EMS went to 7 o'clock. And then tonight, I just came from there at 6 o'clock. There is no one from the Forest Fire Service there tonight, but they will be back tomorrow and the remainder of the week. They expect up until Friday. Then we'll do a reassessment and see where we are. And they know that in an emergency, when they're operating, EMS has to be on scene, but they're not operating. They're more or less monitoring. So God forbid anything was to happen, they would call the local 911. We'd get EMS out there. So are there any questions on the?
Yeah, I have one quick one.
Sure.
First of all, awesome job, Chief Mullen, and to you and the whole department. I was at the command center, met with yourself and so many of our firefighters. Amazing work. There are folks who were there whole night and came in very fresh at 9 a.m. and ready to work. So that shows the dedication. So again, congratulations, great work. 200 acres of fire burn, it's not a small thing. Question I have is, just to maybe clarify a little more, I do hear from folks that early in the morning they do sense more smoke, around the area. So I think you mentioned the smoke is more prevalent because of the heavy dew in the morning. Can you shed a little more light on terms of what do they expect, the duration of it, how long this is expected to last, and so on?
Unfortunately, I can't predict, but I was told, again, taking direction from the Forest Fire Service, that we're going to have this condition until we have full extinguishment, and that is not until we have significant rain. I believe they're calling for rain on Friday, Thursday night into Friday, but again, it makes it sound like
not be that much.
a passing shower. If you picture a campfire burning, if you're out sitting out back and all of a sudden it starts to rain, if it rains a little, all of a sudden you see some steam coming off, but the fire is still burning. The fire actually has to be soaked, so you need a lot of water, especially with the already down logs that are on the ground, the burning. The log might be burning, but the water can't get underneath where it actually contacts the ground. What we would need is the ground to be saturated in order for it to soak up the water, or the log to be laying in water. So to answer your question, to the best of my ability, I would say till we have significant rain, and hopefully that will be sometime soon. As far as the smoke it goes, I mean, it's common sense is to just, if you have breathing ailments, asthma, anything, breathing difficulties, is to keep your windows closed at night, and overnight and in the morning. Maybe depending on the conditions during the day, you could open them up, get a little fresh air. But remember, at nighttime, it tends to get worse, and in the morning, it seems to be when the smoke is most prevalent. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I wish I had a better answer. But as they said, it would take a couple $1 million and a whole fleet of people to put water on 194 acres.
Yeah,
So if you're willing to fund it, I'm sure Barry can come up with a proposal.
that'll be nice. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Just a quick question. How many firefighters were, from our department and from outside of our department totaled, how many people were there?
To be honest with you, I don't have an exact number. I know our entire department was there. I haven't had a chance. I literally left my house this morning, went up there, and stopped back at fire headquarters for about 15 minutes to answer some phone calls and get some numbers for some interviews, and would back up. Kevin can vouch for that. I wasn't in the firehouse today, so I don't know exactly, but it was a general alarm. A general alarm, that means everybody goes. We had 4 engines, the ladder truck, the rescue truck, I believe a piece of reserve apparatus. So we had our full complement of members. Again, we do have an area of 55, but depending on where time of day, what day it is, they could be away, they could be on vacation, they could be down ashore. I was at my son's football game in Montclair, and the assistant chief had called me, so I came back to town, and obviously had to handle business. But we had a fair amount from Livingston, and I know the deputy chief had called for mutual aid upon arrival, so we immediately got East Hanover and Roseland to the scene. And then from there, as the winds were kicked up, the incident escalated pretty quickly, and we called for mutual aid through our county mutual aid system. So we did have, as the mayor said, we did have, my understanding is we had, and I have to confirm this, but I'm pretty confident, I was told we had every township or in the county, including the city of Newark.
Newark, too, yeah.
Newark doesn't usually come up here. So we had everybody. But I want to thank all Livingston Fire, PD. When I say PD, I include the auxiliaries, our EMS, as well as all the other EMS. I know Hatzola was there, and we had squads. Again, I haven't had a chance to sit down and to see exactly how many people were there, but I asked the county EMS coordinator to send me a list of everyone. So I want to start off with that. The State Forest Fire Service they were pivotal in this operation because they are the experts in wildland fires. We had the initial knockdown, and then they pretty much took over the mop-up. So it was George Effinger George Effinger and Eric Weber. I just want to mention their names because they were pivotal, and they were there up until today. And I know at least Eric's coming back tomorrow. So Essex County Mutual Aids, I mentioned all towns. The coordinator, Matt Gifford, and deputy coordinator, Billy Collins. We had Mars County, we had Boonton, Parsippany, Whippany. We're providing house coverage for us, covering our house, covering the rest of the community in the event there was a fire. And we had East Hanover Fire, as I said, to the scene. Also with the coordinators, we had Bob Manganelli, a deputy coordinator, was on scene, and they were coordinating the outside resources coming into town and covering our stations and covering what we needed covered at the fire scene. The East Hanover Office of Emergency Management, John Centeni and his drone team, we called pretty quickly for the drone, East Hanover's drone. They got it out, they got it up in the air, and they got us some pretty good aerial shots, which allowed us to make tactical decisions, equipment placement, fire movement. It's both thermal and like night vision, so you could split the screens. So it was pretty good for making tactical determinations on how to attack the fire. Our primary concern in the beginning, the Livingston Fire Department, is structure protection. So in the beginning stages, as this fire roared from behind 7 Industrial, started to roar east, and I say roar, as fire is going and it's burning the weeds and then the high grass and everything, it starts to bring its own intensity. It brings, convection currents and stuff like that. So it really started when they call a firestorm. It literally is a storm coming, blowing. So our primary concern was where the Halloween store, Ulta Beauty, is up there at 530, West Mount Pleasant. The Staples store, we had crews in there along with Roseland. And then the Aldi store at 277 Eisenhower Parkway. That was pretty intense in the rear there. So we had our apparatus with deck guns going, shooting a lot of water that way. Moving on, we had Essex County Sheriff's Department, OEM, Office of Emergency Management, including Sheriff Fontura, came to the command post, as did County Executive DiVincenzo. They checked in and offered any resources, additional resources that we needed. We had the State Division of Fire Safety, Fish and Wildlife, and last but not least, the countless residents that arranged for food deliveries, water, well wishes, and the businesses, the many businesses that donated to us. It is very touching and very appreciated by the first responders. So you could see some of the aerial, all this aerial footage was taken by the East Hanover drone, and you could just see that's the SOAR plant they're operating at above. So if there's no other questions, I don't want to take too much more time.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you very much for everything. You and everybody who helped protect this town. I'm not going to go over the list. The mayor gave a great list, but thank you very much. And I know that when I stopped at the command center, you guys looked exhausted. So again, thank you. Get some rest. But the one message I just want to get out right now is, as fall comes and the leaves start falling down, you do have some people who illegally burn their leaves. Please don't do that. Definitely, if you want to give that message too.
Yes, that's a town ordinance violation. Years ago, back in the day, I guess, when the horses roamed Livingston, the Charlie Schilling days, you were allowed to burn your leaves. You used to put them out to the curb and burn them. But obviously, due to conditions like we have and the density that we have now in Livingston, that is no longer, the town ordinance says you cannot burn vegetation, and leaves are part of vegetation. So we strongly frown upon, burning leaves. The one thing I did want to mention, and with the Wally coming up this weekend, is the personal use of fireworks and flame-producing devices such as sparklers. It should be prohibited. I know, unfortunately, we had, due to the New Jersey state red flag condition that we're under, we cannot issue a permit for the fireworks display. It would be the same if we had the 4th of July display. We wouldn't be having it if this happened in July. Unfortunately, it happened now around Diwali. So unfortunately, we cannot issue that by state, regulations. But there's nothing I can do if you're going to light stuff off of your house. But I ask that you do not use sparklers, any kind of home. I know people go up to Costco and buy the packages. They shoot sparkles, stuff like that. All that kind of stuff can contribute to, obviously, a fire, and we could have something catastrophic like we had here in Livingston. So that's my public service announcement.
Thank you so much, Chief, again. And thank you, Assistant Fire Chief
Yes,
Kevin Francione is here.
Assistant Chief, is in the back.
Thank you, Kevin.
We thank him.
And Pat Ippolito from our first aid.
Yes.
Thank you, Pat, who's there all the time. And Hatzawa, which you mentioned. Thank
Yes, and I see they're never mentioned. I know we mentioned the police department, but I see one of our dispatchers just walked in. They're the unsung heroes because they're the ones we go back and forth with, and they're the ones making the phone calls. 911's ringing off the hook. A lot going on in the command center here, and they coordinate, but they never get the accolades. So thank you to you and the dispatchers for all you do.
Great.
And go
Thank
Yankees.
you. Thank you. Great job. Great job by all. Thank you. Okay, we are up to the Essex County update. I don't think Eileen Fishman is here, so we could go right into the swearing in of the police officers. Our other chief, our police chief, got our bravest and our finest. Hi, Gare. We spent a lot of time together, too. Yes. Yes. He was trying to get my wife to cook for 200 people.
My name's Gary Marshall. I have the honor How about now? All right, I get Is that it? Good? All right. That'll come in handy when I start singing later. All right, good. So I just want to welcome everybody to Livingston. I know we have some people that traveled some long distances to be here tonight. So I know Trevor Hannon's family came all the way from Florida just for this night. So I hope they enjoy the night, right? And
All right, thank you.
what part of Florida? I hope you kept the weather there. We don't need any hurricanes. We had everything else to deal with this year. We don't need the hurricanes. You keep the weather there. We have a lot of other, I want to welcome the other town employees that are here to help us swear in our new officers. When you get hired in Livingston, you're part of a bigger family. You're not just part of the law enforcement family, but you're also part of the larger family, and that includes our other employees, department heads, first aid squad. We have Pat Ippolito, the fire department. We have our fire chiefs here. Also, we have our chaplains here, our clergy members that look after us as well. They're here, so thank them for being here. So again, when you get hired here in Livingston and you become a police officer, you're definitely part of a much larger family. So we appreciate them being here tonight and showing their support as well. So it's our tradition here in Livingston to bring our new officers in front of the governing body for multiple reasons. We've been doing it for probably 20, 30 years at this point. They're already sworn in. They've already been working as police officers, but this is a ceremonial swearing in, and it gives us an opportunity to introduce our new officers to the public, to the residents of Livingston, the people who we serve, our customers. So they're doing that through live stream. Everybody in all of our residents can get to meet our new officers. The governing body, they already know them, but they get to know them a little bit better here tonight. So that's why we have a ceremonial swearing in. Also, it gives us an opportunity for their loved ones and their family members to see their loved one being sworn in. And it gives me a chance to thank them for their sacrifice, because it's not just the officers that are making a sacrifice, it's the families as well, and we all know that. So it's an opportunity for me to thank the families for their sacrifice as well. So that being said, I think we're ready to go. We're going to start off, hold on a second. I also need to put my glasses on. Hold on, give me a second. So I'm going to call the officers up, and I'm going to ask them to bring up their family as well, and then we're going to have a swearing-in ceremony. And then at the end, we're going to call all of our new officers back up, and we're going to take one photo at the end with all of the officers. But for now, as I call them up, we're going to call them up in seniority, and they're going to bring up their family, and we're going to swear them in. So the first officer, and all the officers tonight, all 6 officers tonight are transfer officers. So we had a big turnover in the police department through attrition. A lot of our officers moved on to bigger and better things. Some officers are working out in the private sector. Some of them just are retired and relaxing at this point. So we hired a lot of officers. So it worked out well. We went after transfer officers first. So the 6 officers that are being sworn in tonight all served as police officers somewhere else in New Jersey and have chose to come here. And basically, some of them have a lot of experience. But this, I promise, this will be their last job that they take in law enforcement, because nobody leaves Livingston. It really is a home here. It's a great place to work. So I promise that this is going to be the last time they're going to get sworn in as police officers. They might get sworn in if they get promoted, but this is going to be their last time getting sworn in as police officers. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, that's back up. All right, our first officer tonight is Officer Rustam Adagazel. Come on up. Thank you. Welcome. Just stand over here. I'm going to read your bios real quick, and then we're going to swear you in. Okay. Officer Rustam Adagazel was born and raised in Livingston and is a graduate of Livingston High School. Rusty, as we refer to him as, he prefers that, attended William Patterson University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in sociology with a concentration in criminal justice. He graduated from the Essex County Police Academy December of 2016 and was a squad leader. Prior to joining the police department, Officer Adagazel was an officer for the East Orange Police Department, where he worked in the patrol and detective divisions. There he was assigned to the Violent Crimes Task Force. Livingston was fortunate enough to hire Rusty in February of 2024, and he is assigned to our patrol division. He would like to thank his family, his wife Jessica, and his children Lucas and Adeline for their years of love and support they have given him. Good? All right. I'm going to ask Mayor Al Anthony to come down and do the honors. I'm going to pin you after they're going to swear you, and then afterwards I'll pin you. And then take a chance to take some photo. You have somebody who's taking a photo for you? Yeah. Okay.
You want us to use two? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's working. All right. Hi, Rusty.
First of all,
How you doing? Good to see you. Hi, nice to see you. All right, I'm going to put this out so you can see it. You hold the Bible.
and yeah, put your hand on your right hand. Raise your, every time we do it, yeah.
Where do I put the mic?
I can, let me just, I just hold it to him, right?
Yeah.
Andy, you picking this up? Okay.
That's what threw me. I never
Okay,
had two mics.
so we'll both look at this. You're much younger. Okay. I state your name,
I, Rustam Adigazell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of position
perform all the duties of position
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations. Real quick.
Who gave you this?
We're going to call him back up too, at the end. Yeah. I'll call you back up at the end. Take one photo. Before I call up our next officer, I did want to mention real quick just about the process. I wanted to thank all of our officers internally in our police department that help us with the selection process. It's very competitive to get hired here in Livingston, and I just want you to know that the officers, they start off by filling out an application, then they have to do writing samples, background investigations, references. They get called back in multiple times. They have to do multiple rounds of interviews, so it is certainly not an easy process. And for a transfer process, we get upwards of 60 candidates, and for to hire people who have never been police officers before, we can get up to 250 candidates. So it's very selective to get hired here in Livingston, and we're always looking for somebody who we feel is a good fit for the community and obviously for the police department, but one that's going to serve the community, because we know once they get here, they're going to be with us for 25, 30 years. So I want to thank the officers involved from internally that work very hard with this selection process to make sure that we get the best candidate here in Livingston. All right, next up, I'm going to call Officer Trevor Hannon. Hi. How are you? Hi, how are you? Come on up real quick. All right, let me read your bio real quick. How you guys doing? Good? Okay. All right. Let me know if this is all true, Trevor. All right. Okay, Officer Trevor Hannon is a graduate from the Bergen County Community College with an associate's degree in criminal justice, and then attended and graduated the Essex County Police Academy in August of 2021. Prior to working in the Livingston Police Department, Trevor worked for the New Jersey Juvenile Justice Commission and the Newark Police Department in the East District. Trevor joined the Livingston Police Department in June of 2024 and is assigned to the Patrol Division. Officer Hannon would like to express his heartfelt thanks to his family, his wife Angelina, and his children Brielle and Logan for their constant love and encouragement. Thank you. Where's the other mic? We have a Bible? Yeah. Do you have the other? Does it matter? Is there? No, no, it doesn't matter. The other microphone I'm looking for. We had two microphones. Now we lost one. Hold on, you need the microphone. Hold up. You're gonna hold the Bible. Usually, yeah. Usually we have the family hold the Bible. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Take that.
All right, ready? We'll share this, okay?
All right.
I, Trevor Hannon,
I, Trevor Hannon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States,
and to the governments established in the United States,
in this state,
in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of Livingston police officer
perform all the duties of Livingston police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome. Congratulations. Of course.
You gotta pin your badge.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Hang on to that. Which one's on? While we're waiting here, I just want to also recognize we have some other VIPs here. We have retired Director Sam DeMeo is here with us tonight. So thank you for being here, Sam. So Sammy is somebody who mentored me over the years, so I appreciate everything he's done for me. Also, we have Chief Carl Strumanoff. How do I say it? Strumanoff. I always get your name wrong, Carl. But Carl's here from North Caldwell Police Department as well. Thank you, Carl, for being here. Okay, next up, Officer Michael Duker. Where are you? There you are. Let me read your bio. Here, let me swear you in. Okay, Officer Michael Duker was born. Oh, I need my glasses too. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Officer Michael Duker was born and raised in Livingston and is a graduate of Livingston High School. He graduated from Morris County College with Associates of Science degree in criminal justice. Later, he graduated from the Atlantic County Police Academy in 2021, and while there, he received the Don Suter First Aid Award. Michael previously worked as a police officer for the city of New Smyrna Beach in New Smyrna, Florida, as well as for the Township of West Caldwell Police Department. He joined the Livingston Police Department in June of 2024 and is currently assigned to Patrol Division. Officer Duker would like to thank his family for the years of love and support, especially his wife, Rachel. All right, who's coming down here, Sean? Councilmember Klein is on his way. Michael also worked for us as a dispatcher for a while. And he interviewed with us once when he was a young man, and we liked him when we first met Michael, but we just thought he was a little young at the time. And then he came back through the process again, and he obviously hit the weight room. He came back. He was a grown man, and he was bulked up. And all right, ready?
Do you want? Yep. All right, good. I state your name.
I, Michael Duker,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of Livingston Police Officer
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of a Livingston police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Appreciate it. Good opinion. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, Chief.
We're proud of you.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Michael's father was also a police officer here in Livingston and retired prior to me getting hired, 1988. All right, next up we have Officer Carolina Lopez. Where are you? Come on up. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome here in Livingston. So let me read your bio, and then we'll get into the swearing in, okay? So this is a first for us tonight. Let me talk into the mic because I don't want to get yelled at. So this is a first for us tonight. Our tradition is that if you have a family member that's in law enforcement or in the military, they could pin versus the chief that you can have your family member if they were a police officer or if they were in the military. So this is a first for us tonight. We have a fiance that's going to pin the badge on her fiance, his fiance. So, sorry. I told you it was a first. So we're excited about that. So Officer Carolina Lopez graduated from Rutgers University with a double major in criminal justice and sociology. She then graduated from the Morris County Police Academy in June of 2022. Carolina has previously worked for the Rutherford Police Department as a Class 1 officer and the Chatham Police Department before being hired by the Township of Livingston in June of 2024. She is currently assigned to the Patrol Division. Officer Lopez would like to thank her family and her fiancé Charles, or Chaz we're going to call him tonight because that's what he prefers, for the years of encouragement, love, and support they have shown her. Her fiancé Charles Bohannon, is that how you say his name? Who is an officer with the Roxbury Police Department, will present Officer Lopez with her badge. Usually a family member or whoever holds the Bible. Yeah. The pinning is afterwards, so you got to get sworn in first. So. Oh, Michael.
No. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. I got it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Are you okay? Now I'm taking it out. Okay, there we go.
It's close.
And reading glasses. So state after me. I,
Carolina Kopaz,
I, Carolina Kopaz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties as Livingston Police Officer
perform all the duties of
Liv-
Livingston Police Officer according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Yep, you gotta go that way. Take a group shot, and then if you want to say, shake the hand of the council member. Always show me up. So Caroline is our seventh female officer that we have working currently in Livingston, and it's very nice to see the impact that they're making in law enforcement. Okay. Next up is Officer Kevin Chen. Going to do your bio first, Kevin? So Officer Kevin Chen is another graduate of Livingston High School. He attended Kane University and graduated from Rutgers University with a bachelor's degree in psychology. Kevin then attended the Mercer County Police Academy and graduated in February of 2019. Officer Chen has previously worked in the Princeton University Campus Police and the Fairfield Police Department before being hired by the Township of Livingston in June of 2024. Officer Chen is a past recipient of the Valor Award. One second. From the 200 Club of Essex County. He is currently assigned to Patrol Division. Kevin would like to thank his family for their unwavering love and support over the years. We're waiting for Councilmember Butani to come down here and do the honors for us. Thank you, sir. Andy, can you hear? Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Andy.
Right, so Kevin, repeat after me. I, Kevin Chen,
I, Kevin Chen,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I'll faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of Livingston Police Officer
perform all the duties of position according to position of Livingston Police Officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. We're very proud of you. Congratulations. Welcome to the family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take a family photo. Take a family. Our first aid president, Pat Ippolito, just reminded me that Kevin was also served as a first aid squad member here in Livingston. And thank you for being here, Pat, as well. I missed you over there in the corner. Yeah, I know. Okay, our last officer for this evening is Officer Giovanni Martino. We like to call him Gio. Come on down. He did very well tonight. What a big boy. All right, let me do your bio real quick and then we'll go into it. Okay. Officer Giovanni or Gio Martino graduated from the County College of Morris with an associate's degree in criminal justice. He attended the Essex County Police Academy, graduating in June of 2016. Officer Martino previously worked for the Essex County Sheriff's Office and was assigned to the Bureau of Narcotics and the Tactical Response Team. He was hired by the Township of Livingston in June of 2024 and is currently assigned to the Patrol Division. Officer Martino would like to thank his family and especially his wife Samantha and son Vincenzo for their constant love and encouragement. And we ran out of council members, so I'm going to call Mayor Al Anthony back down. Yeah.
Is this on? Andy is on? Okay, great. Oh, the Bible. There you go. You got one. Okay. Okay. I state your name.
I, Giovanni Martino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of Livingston Police Officer
perform all the duties of Livingston Police Officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Nice job. Here you go. Congratulations. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
All right. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Chief.
Welcome to the family. We are proud of you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Jenzo, smile. Smile, Jenzo. You're mean mugging us.
Must be your speech.
Hey. Jenzo. Hey. Hey. All right, real quick, I'm going to call everybody back up. Can I have all of our new officers back up here for a second? And Captain Muller, where's Captain Muller's? Oh, yeah, no, you can make it too. Yeah.
Chief, can we have you squeeze in just a little bit? Thank you.
Well done. God bless you. Well done. Good job. Before we go, I just want to thank the officers. They did a great job protecting our houses of worship during the holy season. It's very difficult time, I guess, in our world right now. And the officers do take a lot of care protecting our soft targets, and I want to thank them for that. And also, I want to congratulate the fire department. They're still here. The fire department, they really did an amazing job this weekend. So congratulations to Chief Mullen and all the firefighters who showed up, which it was probably in the neighborhood of 100 or more. So good job for them. Our officers, I was proud of them, too. They were able to assist in a lot of ways. They were evacuating buildings. They were shutting down major arteries, major roadways. So I was certainly proud of our officers as well this weekend. One last public safety announcement. We have one issue. We have a few homes that were broken into. So we're going to ask the residents of Livingston to just be mindful of the fact that this time of the year when it gets dark early, try to make your house look like somebody is home, because we have had a few burglaries recently between 6 and 9, 5 and 9. That's when it gets dark. So do what you can to make your house look like it's occupied, because we have had a few burglaries, and unfortunately, this is the season for that. So just be a little vigilant and don't get complacent and make it look like somebody's home. We're still tracking good on stolen cars. We only had 10 for the year, so we're happy to report that. We only had 10 stolen cars this year. So thank you for coming. I think that's it. Anything else? No, we're good? Okay, thank you for coming tonight, and that's it for the swearing in. So if you're here for the swearing in, we're finished. So.
Thank you all for coming out tonight, and congratulations, guys. Yep. Guys and gals. Yep.
There's the other people, there's like a...
Just more psychological.
Yeah, Adam.
Thank you for being here.
That's why it's not working. I'm not doing it, it's this. Is your laptop on? sorry. But it usually has to have a connection. And password changes like every 5 minutes, so.
What's your position? Jacob Dash, and Ruan. Nice to meet you. I wish I was there. That sounds cool, but you did. I know. Don't get the police, the swearing in packs, and this is what a normal room is. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, next on our presentations is Young Minds, Big Ideas event, Light the Way. And I'm gonna, Michael, we have Dash, we have Jacob, and Ruhan. Okay, so you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor. Earlier this year, I had received a call from a high school student who asked if I could help guide him in a presentation and an idea that he had similar to the Shark Tank show. So I met with Ruhan, and right off the bat, I knew that he knew exactly what he wanted to do that day. So, you know what? I knew right away also that Ruhan's idea would be a perfect event for the Youth Appreciation Week. So I put him in touch with Alan Karpus right away, who coordinates the events for the Youth Appreciation Week. So Ruhan, I'm not going to give you, I'm not going to take your thunder away because you could explain the organization that you found, but congratulations on that organization. It's called the Young Minds, Big Ideas, and also the event that you put on was wonderful, and I had the opportunity to be one of the judges. So, you know, I'm not going to introduce Jacob and Dash. I'll leave that to you, but congratulations on a well-run event that you guys had.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you for having the Young Minds Big Ideas team. Just to give you guys a little background, we founded Young Minds Big Ideas to improve youth participation in Livingston and improve our community. And with the gracious help of Mr. Michael Vieira and, as he said, Mr. Alan Karpus and the HCHY, we recently ran a successful Shark Tank-style event. Over the course of 6 months, we collected 20-plus ideas from high schoolers on how to improve our community. We chose the 5 most promising ideas to be presented at this think tank event. Now, Mr. Michael Vieira, along with other judges, chose the most successful idea. Today, we are here to support our winners, Jacob Glazer and Dashiell Diaz. We hope to gain the support of our community, and we hope to gain the support of our town council, whether that be fiscally or policy-wise, to do whatever it takes to make their idea our reality. With that, I hand this over to Jacob Glazer and Dashiell Diaz with Light the Way.
Hello, my name is Jacob Glazer.
I'm Dash Diaz, and this is Light the Way.
Our proposal is to illuminate certain crosswalks to increase the safety and quality of life in Livingston. Now, what inspired me and Dash to care about Livingston's visibility? Dash and I both play high school sports, and we run often. However, because of our busy schedules, a lot of our running happens during the evening. We both know that in Livingston, it gets very, very dark, especially like the police chief just said, as the winter months are coming up, it gets dark around 5, 6 p.m. Now, we know that it's unsafe for us, and it'd be unsafe for anybody running or walking around at night because of the heavy traffic. Growing up in Livingston, we spent a lot of time at town center. During the day, we remember it feeling very alive. However, as soon as it got dark, we all had to go home and everything stopped. Our parents didn't feel comfortable with us being out in the dark of Livingston. Now, this brings us to a larger issue. As much as we love Livingston, the visibility in Livingston makes it very difficult for people to go outside and enjoy their town. Last year, there were over 600 car pedestrian crashes in New Jersey, with Essex County leading all counties with 24. Although at night there's less than 60% as much traffic as there is during the day, more than half of all car fatalities happen at night. We think that the best way to combat this would be with illuminating our crosswalks to make sure drivers see pedestrians. Our solution is to add in-ground LED lights to crosswalks to make sure that drivers can see pedestrians before they walk. These lights activate when somebody crosses the street only at night to make sure that the driver has time to see the pedestrians. This would turn major intersections that people are not comfortable crossing or sending their kids to cross into safe zones that people can use to enjoy their town in the evening.
So, this project would require funding, and we figured because this idea revolves around walking and being outside, what better way to do this than with a 5K run/walkathon. Now, this would promote health, fundraising, and help to raise safety and awareness. On the health aspect of things, this would get people being physically active and outside. It would also allow people to be with their communities, families, and enjoying a nice day of running or walking outside. Now, with the fundraising aspect, we would allow local shops and restaurants to come in. They would be able to set up shop, and this would give them representation and also allow us to have some funding. Now, Jacob and I have both run in multiple 5Ks ourselves for charity, and we find that they work great. Now, with this, there would also be an entry fee. It would be very reasonable, and it would not deny anyone from participating in this event. Now, with the safety or awareness, people will be running, and hopefully this will want them to do it on their own time after this event. And with that, people really can't run past 5, 6, 7 o'clock because it gets dark and it's overall not safe. Parents aren't going to want to have their kids running outside because it could be dangerous. There could be cars coming, they're not going to be able to see them. With this, hopefully, parents will feel safer letting their kids running out at night, or even any pedestrian will feel safer running at night because the street will be able to light up, cars are going to be able to see the pedestrian slow down, and the runner, jogger, walker will feel safer crossing the street. So, the expected outcome and benefits of this. The in-ground LED lights will cut down on nighttime pedestrian accidents because cars will be able to see them, they'll be able to slow down, the pedestrian's going to be able to make it across the street safely, and both the driver and the pedestrian are going to be thankful that they made it across or didn't hit the pedestrian. This will also encourage spending time outdoors even at the night. Pedestrians won't have to stop enjoying outdoor activities at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, but they'll be able to continue enjoying nighttime and outdoor activities past this even when it gets dark. It also just overall creates safer environments for walkers, runners, bikers.
Ultimately, Light the Way is about making Livingston a better place to live. While we plan to start with certain crosswalks that will increase the safety of Livingston, with the growing population of Livingston, we want this to be a stepping stone to make Livingston a community where people can spend time outside even after dark. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Mayor, I had the honor of, as Ruhan mentioned, being a judge on that panel. And there was probably at that day Ruhan, there was 5 presentations made that day. Yeah, and Dash and Jacob's project clearly outshone.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. It was coming from especially a transportation person. It was really great, and they knew exactly what they were doing. I believe they even started looking up where you can get the lights from at one point. So I just want to congratulate you guys again. And this is, I really believe that our youth are the ones that are going to be our future. And with these ideas coming out of your event, Ruhan, we have no problem with the future of Livingston. So congratulations to you too. And Mayor, I know we have a proclamation for both.
We do.
Dash and Jacob, and then also Ruhan. But I know you may have some questions.
Yes. Did anyone have questions? Any questions? No. It's pretty thorough.
Yeah, I only had one question, comment, and I think it was a great presentation. It really dovetails nicely into the town has recently made a real commitment to pedestrian safety, traffic safety, applied for a Vision Zero grant. We have a complete streets policy. We've did a Safe Routes to School grant, and Councilman Vera alluded to it. Those lights that you showed in the picture, are those available? Those solar powered? How does that work, or do you know?
Yeah.
Because we'd be interested.
Yeah, so there are different options. We can have a solar powered, we cannot. We would talk to you guys to see what the town would want optimally. So they can be solar powered, they can be battery powered. Battery powered would go up to 20 plus years, so that wouldn't really be an issue.
Sure.
But the lights, they have them across the world. They have them in America, mostly in more southern places like in California, they have it, Southern California, in Florida, and so that's where they use solar power, and we reached out to a couple of companies, and they all said that New Jersey doesn't really have enough solar power to light these, so that's why we would have to see if battery power would be a better option.
All right, great. Thank you.
Any other questions? I saw that up there, and in my private life, I'm a personal injury attorney, and I remember reading, and I just pulled up in the patch that Essex County has one of the highest rates of pedestrians killed in crashes in the nation. So, and you said it led the county or the state. It's actually in the nation too.
Yeah,
so
it led all in New Jersey, Essex County.
it led all, right. So we're always looking for possible solutions for. We're in the business of trying to be public safety and welfare. That's the biggest part of our budget up here. So we really appreciate this. And like we were talking before, as a lawyer, I started a business myself, and it was fascinating listening to you guys and your innovative ideas. So thank you so much for coming in. And we do have a citation. Let's see, do we want to split this up or? Yeah, no, I mean as far as, one second.
Why don't you just mention them? They're kind of short.
Okay, so the first one is for Ruhan, and here, then we could grab a picture that you have the West Essex Tribune and the tap here. So we have a citation from all of us. The mayor and the members of the Livingston Township Council are pleased to honor Ruhan for your founding of the Young Minds Big Ideas, an organization that aims to empower young people through implementing their creative ideas, and for holding the successful competition event Think Tank that took place during the 2024 Youth Appreciation Week. Congratulations is also extended to the entire Young Minds Big Ideas Committee, Morgan Haber, Scott Constant, Noah Pantaleone, Dash Diaz, Matthew Burke, Jacob Glazer, Ben Lichtenfeld, and Noah Shin. So this covers a lot of people, and maybe we could have all of them up and take a photo, or
I don't know if they're all up here, but they will all have copies of the citation.
Great. So of the names, who's here is let's see. There's only two. No, we have some. Yeah. Want to come on up? This is a group, right? All right, so, let's see, you want to come down with me? Sure. There's 5 in front. No? We can stand up here? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, let me go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, who's?
Stand up for everyone. So, Rohan, can we put you right in the center here with the citation, and then we'll put two on each side, and the councilman at the back. You are, well, yeah, do you want to be in the picture down here, or do you want to go stand down there?
Just take the picture.
Sorry, I'm definitely overthinking. Just give it, thank you.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Congratulations, boys.
And I have the copies for the rest of the committee. Don't leave before I give it to you. So we have one for you, Tim. So we have one for you.
I could read that one too, Mike.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
It's, yeah, both of them are the same, but they're a little bit different.
Yeah. Court, I'll read this into the record here. So this is a citation. The mayor and the members of the Livingston Township Council are pleased to honor both you, Dash and Jacob, for your successful presentation of Light My Way during the 2024 Youth Appreciation Week's competition think tank hosted by the Young Minds Big Ideas organization. Young Minds Big Ideas enable local youth to present their ideas and empowers them by implementing their creative ideas to better the community. So congratulations. And you want to do these ones too? Yeah, we'll go. Take another photo. Can you stay here? Yeah. In the middle.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, we're now up to the, let's see, approval of the minutes.
A motion for the approval of the minutes for the October 15th, 2024 regular and conference, and
One second, Deputy Mayor. Dash, you were kidding about everyone cleared out? Wait, I saw, it's okay. I saw a couple of guys here. It's fine to leave. We're going on with the rest of the agenda. So yes, and thank you and congratulations again. And, yep, and the parents, yes, and the family.
bye-bye.
Take care.
Yes. Yes.
100%. Wait, can I make a, wait, should I make a motion? Should I make a motion on that, Justin? Hold on.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Deputy
That's okay.
Mayor.
I think I was at the point of the October 14th, 2024 closed session meeting minutes as well.
I'll second it.
Great. Any opposed? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Motion to open the meeting for public comments on agenda items only.
Yeah, we have to open the door.
Open that door. One door. Just one door, thank you.
Just one door, yeah.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, no one, okay.
The meeting is now open to the public on agenda items only.
Well, I'm sorry, Jared, what? Oh, yeah, okay. So, here we go. We'll now open it for public hearing.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, Justin Alpert, 56 Amherst Place. On the consent agenda, Resolution 24244, Peachtree Hill Road. This is really a sophisticated operation here. This is a major investment company out of New York. They set up 4 Delaware entities: Atlas 6 Peachtree Holdings LLC, Atlas 6 Peachtree LLC, Atlas 6 Peachtree Mezzanine LLC, and Atlas 6 Peachtree Urban Renewal LLC, all registered with the state of Delaware. You know, these kinds of things where we set it up for a non-condemnation hearing, this has not worked well for us in any situation over the past 6 years that we've seen. I'm not sure why we're moving in this direction again. It doesn't make sense to have an outside developer come in and develop the community in a way that will extract value out, untold value out of the community for 30 years. You know, that may work in minority communities that suffer under single-party governance by the Democrats, where you can hide behind really, you know, institutionally racist standardized credit scores and stuff, and people are happy to have that kind of development, outside development come in the community. But here, where we're the 39th wealthiest community in the state, we ought to be making the decisions about how we're going to use and develop our land for ourselves. So there's not much of a reason to do any investigation whatsoever into designating this as a non-condemnation property. And I'm not sure why we're moving forward on this. So if you are going to move forward on this, would you please remove this from the consent agenda, and would love to hear a discussion about it. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Posada on behalf of the law firm Sills, Cummins & Gross. Just to be in response to that resolution item, I represent those investors / developers / property owners themselves. The entity name is Atlas Capital. They are the owners of the property, not subject owners, but they actually are the owners of the property. The request of us to go through the area need redevelopment study is simply to see if whether or not the property actually qualifies for redevelopment. The purpose being is to zone the property for potential use that would be in parallel to what this township would like to see be done. It could go the redevelopment route and go the overlay route, but all these conversations are too premature. We're only simply trying to make a determination if even if it's eligible for redevelopment. That's all that's being done right now.
Yeah, and I would just echo the reason the recommendation is to do a study for an area in need of redevelopment is because this property is located in in a zone where we don't want to necessarily rezone the entire zone, and given that the contemplated uses that the town would like to see there are not affordable housing, any zoning that would be unique to this particular parcel would be considered spot zoning. So redevelopment, if the property is eligible, and we believe there is grounds to think it will be, because it is essentially a vacant office building, provides tools to allow us to basically customize the zoning for only this parcel and not for the rest of the zone. And we think it's appropriate, does not provide any guarantee or entitlement to anything beyond a redevelopment plan, which would be zoning for only that project.
Thank you, Barry. Any other public comment on agenda items?
I'll make a motion to close the public comment period.
Second.
Any opposed? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. We'll now go to the passage of ordinances, final hearing for Carolyn 2824.
Yes,
28,
Mayor.
2024.
Ordinance 28-2024, Chapter 135, filming.
Okay, is there a motion to open?
I'll make a motion to open a public hearing.
Second.
Thank you, Michael.
Second.
Any opposed? No? All in favor? Aye, okay. Any comment on the
I'll make
filming?
I'll make a motion to close the public
Yeah,
hearing.
second.
Great. Roll call?
Motion to move.
You got to move, you have motion to move.
Motion to move.
Discussion.
Second.
First you have to-
Was there a motion to adopt in a second? You got it, Carol?
I made the second.
Was it Session?
Okay.
Oh.
Any discussion?
Mayor, I'll just say.
Thank you, Council.
I'm excited for this one. I think we've had a lot of television crews and film crews that have come into Livingston in the last few years and have made good use of the beautiful parts of our town and what makes us a great example of Americana. And I had actually, when we heard about the film designation, I had said to Adam, this is something we should look at. And Adam was like, we're looking at it right now. And so everyone was on the same page. And I think once we get this done, it's going to encourage filming companies to come in here and make good use of the township and to everyone's betterment. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, Sean. I think you covered it all. A lot of people, there's advantages to it, and it is fun, right? When there's a production crew in town and everyone's interested, and this kind of, Barry, right, it kind of gets guidelines for that and makes it a more streamlined process. So.
Puts us on the silver screen.
We'll see who on the, we're going to see you on the silver screen?
Puts us,
Oh,
puts us on the silver screen.
Yes.
Not here, but the town. But the town.
Yep, great. Okay, so,
Roll call.
is there, yeah.
Councilmember
more discussion.
Bubtani,
Happily, yes.
Vieira,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes. Okay, we are now up to the introduction of ordinances. Carolyn.
Ordinance 30-2024, amending Chapter 29, regulating U-turns on certain streets, Ridge Drive.
Move it on first reading.
Second.
Any opposed? No? Okay. Roll call on that?
Councilmember Bubtani,
Yes.
Vieira,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
And Mayor, the final hearing, the public hearing on this will be on Tuesday, November 12th.
November 12th, great. No council meeting Monday, then. That's Veterans Day. But we are here. We'll be here, though. All right, we are now up to the consent agenda for resolutions. Resolution 24-239. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Is there any request to remove any of 1 through 7 here? Seeing none. Carolyn, you want to read them all together?
Yes, Mayor, thank you.
thanks.
Resolution 24-240, resolution to apply for the 2025 Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey Fitness Campaign. Resolution 24-241, authorizing submission of a grant proposal to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Fiscal Year 25 Local Recreational Improvement Grant Program. Resolution 24-242, Shared Services Agreement for Public Health Officer. Resolution 24-243, combining bonds not to exceed $25,524,000 authorized by 18 bond ordinances. Resolution 24-244, authorizing a preliminary investigation 2 Peachtree Hill Road, Block 6100, Lot 11. Resolution 24-245, authorizing the cancellation of delinquent taxes on property identified as Block 3803, Lot 7. And Resolution 24-246, accepting an emergency management subgrant award fiscal year 2024.
Move,
Need a
like
motion?
to move all the resolutions?
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Councilmember Babtani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes. All right, great, thank you, Carolyn. We're now up to the public comment on...
I'd like to open the meeting to public portion.
I'll
Meeting-
second it.
Any opposed? No? All in favor? Aye. Good. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. Two things. One, the fourth round numbers came out today. I saw Livingston, came out last week. Livingston had a number of 461. If I'm not correct, we had a credit of a few hundred homes. So what's our actual number going to be for the fourth round?
Want to wait till the end?
Well, just quickly, if you have the number.
Yeah. You want to finish all your...
All right, okay, fine. Let's move on. Let's move on from there for a second.
You wanna know the
To
actual number?
the upcoming dog ordinance. Was out on the fields today. It was lovely this weekend, and it was lovely. You know, no one presently follows your law. People bring their dogs to the fields. The way that people actually use the fields with their dogs is they bring their dogs right up to the sideline, and the dogs hang out. And typically, the dogs are well behaved. If we're going to pass a dog ordinance, let's pass one that actually reflects how people use the field. And during game time, people should be able to come up to the sideline with their dogs in the center circle. During non-game time, I can understand if you wouldn't want dogs out in the middle of the oval, but during game time, people bring their dogs right up to the line. You know, there's geese and deer all over the field anyway. People generally pick up after their dogs if there is an accident, but there's really no reason why we should just pass an ordinance keeping dogs on the outside of the oval, because that's not how people use it. People bring their dogs, people like to bring their dogs to games, people like to bring their dogs right up to the sideline, and if that's what people are doing, our ordinance should reflect that. Back to the fourth round, please. 461, do we know what our credit is?
We had excess credits coming out of the third round of 131 units.
So we should be about 330, give or take?
Correct.
Right.
Now, there is an opportunity of that remaining that you're entitled to get up to 25% by what are called bonus credits, which are for a variety of reasons, rental properties, age-restricted units.
Well, let me
special needs
stop you
housing.
there for 1 second. When we do go into the fourth round, we should be fighting everything that we didn't like about the third round. And also, we should be accounting for the appreciated value of the real property. We should be seeing to whom that flows. As well, we should be accounting for the work that needs to be done. We should be making sure that that work goes to Livingston residents. If there's an increase in the number of households, there's going to be an increase in government services too. We want to be accounting for those jobs as well in the form of real living wages, real living household incomes. So in a healthy, growing community, we could keep most of those cash flows in the community. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Justin. Okay. Any other public comment? Seeing
Motion to
none,
close public comment?
Right.
Second?
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. All right. We are now, there is, Jared Barrett, no executive closed session tonight. All right. So let's just do the reports of township officials and council members, and then we adjourn. So let's go around.
Nothing to report for me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ann.
Nothing for this evening.
Adam, great, thank you.
Just briefly, I join everybody in recognizing and thanking the fire department, the New Jersey Forest Fire Service. They were invaluable, the level of expertise. The police, DPW were very helpful in the logistics, first aid squad for helping to be on standby in the event of any injuries. I know Mayor Anthony was out on the scene for many hours Saturday night. I was in constant communication so we could keep our updated on our social media and outlets to the public. So again, I think a good job all the way around. Certainly reiterate the request and heed all the residents to abide by it as far as don't use fireworks, don't have outdoor fires, do whatever you can to be safe and help keep the community safe. And then lastly, just a real honor, and unfortunately it's too late because they already left, but have the privilege of technically appointing all those 6 officers, and we are in very good hands, and certainly recognize Chief Marshutz, the 2 captains. Mr. Lerner was part of the process as well. I think their insights and their collective 100 years roughly of experience in identifying quality candidates are what make the department special. So just wanted to give a shout out to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Barry, and thank you for everything you did the last 48 hours, in addition to all the other stuff you do during the day. Let's see, Russ?
Yeah, we'll be heading into the Essex County Community Development Program application process shortly, and we'll be scheduling a couple of local public hearings.
Oh, great.
Going forward. I think the applications will be due December 29th, I believe.
That's great. Thank you, Russ. Anything else? Okay. Jared?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to add to what Mr. Lewis said regarding our 4th round obligation. Mr. Lewis correctly stated our credits. I just want to say that the DCA number, we're not totally bound by that number. Our planner is looking into it. The township will have the opportunity to review that number and adopt what it thinks to be a fair number based on the calculations. It's math, so it should be the same, but we do have our planner working on that. So the DCA number, we're not bound by. We have to pass a resolution with our own number. So our planner is currently working on that, and we'll roll that out to the public once we meet with our planner and discuss that with them.
And if I could, because it brought up another point too, and I think it's important for the public, because we just came out of the 3rd round and all the housing units, is whatever the number ends up at after we deduct our excess credits, after we have an opportunity to earn bonus credits, that's a number that covers the next 10 years. So it's not like this has to be done next year. So there's the planner's also looking at is what our immediate obligation is to provide that opportunity, and we think that most of that should be met by what we already have in excess credits.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Barry. Carolyn?
Nothing from me tonight, thank you.
Okay, great. Let's see, Caton?
Okay, going in this order.
You wanna-
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I will echo, I won't repeat everything, but on this National First Responders Day, can't miss this opportunity to really thank our first responders. Fire department, to of course start with. We are right in the middle of an emergency, a huge event. What an amazing work. I want to quote one example of how our various departments work together. As Mayor said, Barry, the township also did an amazing job coordinating along with the first responders. But one of the fire in the command center, I heard that, they saw this forest and they wanted to create a road. All they did was just pick up the phone real quick. DPW showed up with a big clearance engine and really plowed through. And in a matter of minutes, the road was created. That created passage for the fire trucks, the engines to go in and really fight the fire right in there. I mean, this is the real example of how different departments work together, and kudos to the, all the departments, yourself included, all the first responders on a great job. I think lots of residents have reached out and they are very, very appreciative of it. And of course, residents, our township residents, amazing job. What an outpouring of support and love. And I think I've seen the barcode for the fundraiser for Livingston Fire Department. So our volunteer fire department, I would urge everybody to look through that, and if they can support it, it's essentially been out there everywhere. So it is an amazing job by the residents as well. And I think Mayor mentioned that earlier, and thank you, Deputy Mayor, for those services. Really is sad. When a young passing happens for Gavin Prince, somebody to lose that age is really sad. So deepest condolences to Gavin's family. On the fire, actually one other thing, coming back to it, as Barry, you mentioned, It'll be probably very good to have a town-wide communication. We spoke about that. I think not everybody is watching this and gonna hear this, so maybe we should use that, and let's use that as our formal form of communication. Diwali is coming, so no fireworks at home as well. Let's just have a safe, safe festival season. Couple of events I was able to, and I think Mayor, you and I were at the Big L Awards. What an awesome event that was. That was wonderful to honor some alumni, it's just amazing athletes who scored tons and tons of points. And what an amazing group of people to have them come back when they're settled in their family, outside of the town, building new life, come with their kids and the families and receive those awards. That was amazing. And of course,
I like the shirt you wore.
Yeah.
Caden wore a Livingston T-shirt with a
Yes.
sport coat over it.
Absolutely, yeah. That was Lancer's shirt.
Very
and,
apropos.
Proud Beagle supporter. I mean, it was amazing. The other amazing part was, and I think the kudos goes there to our rec department. Me and my wife went to the haunted walk. And not only of course, they did an amazing job. It was scary. But the kids, oh my God, they will come back, come behind you and scare everybody out. And this was all volunteers. What an amazing way to celebrate. And I think we have a couple of trunk and treats as well. So great work there. Wonderful recycling day. I know, Russ, you probably missed mentioning that. Kudos to you there and the rest of the environmental team there.
We actually had 763 cars go through.
There you go. I was there, and the lines of cars was quite long at the beginning and throughout the day. So yeah, I would like to end with a couple of things. Of course, 5 on 5, as I think we mentioned, will be coming back before the next meeting. But wishing everybody a very happy Diwali. Let's have a safe one. Once again, fireworks, not this year. Let's try and do LED diyas or maybe indoors. And that's the best way to celebrate. That's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Great, thank you so much, Caden.
I
Michael?
promise I will not repeat much of Councilman
gonna bring you
Botani's. But
third and
you know what, something
left you
that we're
one.
probably all going to repeat is just a very big thank you to all of our first responders for what they did this weekend for us, especially all the other towns that came out and the mutual aid that was given to Livingston. So thank you to everybody who came up to Livingston to help us. Thank you very much. I'm just going to touch on a couple things that have kind of the same subject. Right now, we're telling residents to put their leaves in the street. It's fall. It's time to pick up your leaves. Well, you know what? That's actually when you hear "put your leaves at the curb," it doesn't mean put your leaves in the curb. There's actually an ordinance in town that says that leaves should be put by the curb, not in the curb. So
Not in the street.
Not in the street. I'm sorry. They definitely don't belong in the street. When DPW comes by and starts picking up and cleaning your leaves, they will rake them into the street, into the machine. So please, because you know what, everybody needs to watch walking at this point. Walking and jogging with the leaves in the road gets very dangerous. Kids, please, you know what, those large piles of leaves look fun to play in. Please do not play in them. Please don't jump in them in the road. If you want to do that, have a pile of leaves in your yard. Just don't jump on the ones that are in the road right now. As we heard from our fire chief, and it's illegal to, please don't burn leaves. You know what, we've had a major fire this weekend. Please do not burn leaves because the embers can go into the sky and God knows what can happen. So please don't burn your leaves. Lastly, everybody who celebrates have a happy Diwali and a very happy and safe Halloween. Thank you, Mayor.
Michael? Sean?
Just a few things. I just also want to say thank you to the LFD and the LPD and First Aid and Hatsala and all the people who came and helped out during this averted catastrophe. I think when you look at a map of the area and if you go and you see what was burnt, it got very close. I mean, just one thing that got really close to was the sewage plant. And I just cannot imagine what would have happened to our town if our sewage plant was destroyed. It would have, I mean, it would have been a catastrophe. Like, it sounds almost silly, but it would have been a catastrophe like you couldn't believe. So thank goodness they came here and everyone did all that hard work, and I feel truly grateful about that they saved us. That's the first thing. The second thing is 700 cars for electronics recycling, so that was wonderful. And thank you so much to all the volunteers who staff that event when we do it 3 times a year. And the last thing I want to say is early voting is open, in-person voting. Livingston, use your voice, get out there and vote, okay? The nearest center to Livingston is at the Education Center at the Turtleback Zoo. It's right off of Northfield. You don't have to go into the zoo. Please go vote. Make sure that everyone knows that Livingston's here. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Sean. Ed?
I'll just, also want to talk to all the first responders and thank them for everything that they did. I know it's been mentioned before, but all these first responders that we're mentioning, they're all volunteers. They're all volunteers of this town, and that's what makes this town so wonderful. So I just wanted to thank them all for everything that they've done. Also want to just, it is election time coming up, and I want to thank you in advance to Carolyn and her entire team. It's going to be very busy next few days at the clerk's office here in town and all the polling sites. So thank you, and thank you to all the kids who will be stepping up and helping for the volunteering at the polls as well. So Carolyn, you've done a great job. To everyone celebrating, I also want to wish everybody a happy and festive Diwali as well. And finally, it was mentioned by the mayor and by Councilman Pitani, but my comment is that no matter who you want to vote for in this election season, it doesn't matter what party you represent, when you go home tonight, either hug your kids, give them a call, tell them how much you love them. Because after what I performed the funeral this past week of a 24-year-old boy, it's a real changing, a shocking, and a changing of how I look at things. I've always looked at things, but even more so. So I don't really care so much about who you're going to vote for, but just give your kids a hug and just tell them how much you love them and how special that they are to you. I think it'll be very important. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Ed. A lot of what I had has been said already. Happy Diwali, everyone. Thank you, Caton, for talking about the Big L brunch. That was quite an event. The Big L does such great work. And that was, I love going when they're inducting their Hall of Famers there. Let's see, the Haunted Walk, I did make it the night before the fire for a little bit, and it was scary. Like, there's people when they're just standing there. Like, they're not going like boo or anything, but they're just like creepy standing there. And the kids, everyone involved did a great job there. What else? Carolyn, thank you so much. I know you're running point on the entire election there and the polls, and I know you have the kids, and you had a training session for the kids the other day, which all went A-okay, and they're ready to go. It's already been a success, so we look forward to the high school students helping out. They've got great reviews in the past. Hillside School had its 70th anniversary, so happy anniversary to everyone there. Barry, thanks for the shout out before. Great job by everyone in the town, in addition to everyone I read off the list, and of course, happy First Responders Day. And congratulations to all the officers here tonight. There's always a fun night when we have the swearing in of the officers as well. Also, happy Veterans Day, November 11th. We will have a 5-on-5 here, but let's not forget our veterans and honoring all the people who have served in the United States Armed Forces, November 11th. And one more time, thank you so much to fire, police, auxiliary police, first aid, Hatzala, DPW, everyone involved, all the towns, the state. To watch the Forest Fire Service in action is just, it's amazing what they do and how they set fires to stop fires. And one of the things when I was speaking to, and the chief did a nice job, he mentioned George and Eric, they were kind of running the point there. They come into all these situations and it's always a different team. And the way they operate with local and county was their sheriff's department, was amazing how it was seamless. And everyone kind of knew what to do and how to help people. and there was no fighting, or I guess I watched too many movies where, oh, it's my authority, or it's this authority, my jurisdiction, there was none of that. There was like, they had like a little muster station where they kind of gave out what we're doing. Everyone asked great questions and then went to go do their jobs. And Livingston's eternally grateful for that. So I think that's it. Anyone else have anything?
We're going to have a 5-on-5, but there's also going to be a service on Veterans Day. It's 11 o'clock on November 11th at the Oval across the street, and so hopefully everybody will come and participate.
Great, thank you so much. And that's a wrap for tonight. Thanks, everyone, for coming out.
Motion to adjourn?
Second? Oh,
Second.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you, everyone.